Welcome to yoga. My name is Katy Mair. Now if you're feeling a bit achy from perhaps sitting down too much, let's stretch those aches and pains out. Let's take a lie down to start off with. Right, so I want you to start off with your heels in line with your hips and drop your feet out. If you're still feeling a little bit tight around the hips, just move your feet from side to side and then drop them outwards. I want you to walk your shoulder blades downwards. So take a little walk with your shoulder blades. They sit nice and flat, and nod your chin to chest. So you can feel some length in the back of the neck. So that stretches out the spine. Bring your arms a little bit away from the sides of the body and palms up. Let the fingers curl as you relax. If your neck is a little bit tense, just move it from side to side. Release any tension out of the neck. When you're feeling quite comfortable, just stay in a static position and let's start to focus on our breathing. The breath starts at the top of the chest, so let's bring it down to our rib cage. Just breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Bring your breath down to your belly and see if you can feel the rise and fall of the belly with your breath in and your breath out. Focus on your breathing to help give your mind a rest. So it thinks about what your body is doing and it helps that connection, that mind-body connection through your breath. Okay, now we're going to take a few stretches. So let's bring our arms over our head and point the toes away. Reach the arms as far as you can. Stretch the toes away as far as you can. And you should be able to feel a stretch around the arms, particularly the upper arms, around the tummy, around the rib cage and the back. Big breath in and breathe out. Flex your feet and bring your hands down to the sides. Let's do that again. Breathe in. Nice big stretch. Relax the neck. Tuck your chin in a little. That will help you stretch a little more. Try to get your fingernails on the floor over your head. Breathe out, hands to sides and flex your feet. Let's do that one more time. Breathe in, nice big stretch. And breathe out, flex your feet and bring your hands to your sides. Next time we're going to bring our arms over our head. And we're going to just flex our feet and walk the heels over to the right side. Now, if you're laying in the same position as me, your feet are going to head towards me. Then hold your hands, stack one hand in the other, and lift the torso up, move it over to your right. So you're going to feel a stretch in the left side. Now, I want you to take the thumb and the middle finger of your right hand, hold the left wrist, and give it a little pull. Now can you feel that big stretch right around the hip, the side of your ribs, and through the upper arm. So breathe into the ribs that are open on your left side. Nice big breaths. So we want to stay here long enough to get a stretch through that side. If you go too quickly, you'll miss out on that lovely stretch. Let's take 2 more breaths. Now move your body back in line with the middle of the mat and then walk your heels to the center. Okay, we're going to change our wrists over. So you're going to take your left thumb and middle finger and hold the right wrist. Now walk your heels over to the left and then lift your torso up and move it over to the left. Now draw that arm, the right arm a little bit further out. So then you complete that really big stretch in the right side of your body. So breathe into that right side, expanding the ribs and encouraging that bigger stretch. 3 more breaths to go. And last one. And then lift up your torso, line it up with the middle of the mat and walk your heels back into position. Now bring your hands down to your sides and walk your feet to the end position. We're going to bring the knees to the chest one at a time. So link your fingers, press your knees down, tighten your tummy and draw it downwards. Now lift your hips up a little by pressing the knees to the chest, and that will stretch out your lower back. Place the hips back down. Let's take another rock from side to side to help stretch out that lower back. We do tend to have a lot of tension in the lower back, so let's spend a little time stretching it out. Okay, we're going to extend the left leg now and hold the right knee to chest. I want you to keep drawing your tummy down. Keep your shoulder blades flat. And keep that chin tucked in slightly. We want to always be lengthening through the spine as much as we can. Okay, so let's rotate the ankle. We need to warm up those ankles. So we're going to stand on them in a little while. And let's go around the opposite direction. Okay, circle the knee. And back the other way. Now we're going to go into a one-legged happy baby pose. So hand behind the back of the thigh, draw the knee a bit wider than the hip, rotate the left foot outwards, left hand out. Now you can hold your ankle, you can hold your foot. Now relax your shoulders if you are going to hold the foot. All right, so let's take a nice big stretch on the inside of the hip. And this will also stretch your buttocks and your spine. So very good stretch for the lower body. Now while we're here, what we're going to do is we're going to stretch that leg out. Now if you can't manage it, that's okay. Just do your best. Now stretch the leg out. If you can hold your foot, even better. If you can only stretch your leg as far as your knee is bent, that's okay too. Otherwise you can hold your leg and stretch it out. Just bring it out, just a little bit out to the side of the body, not too far. Just a nice stretch out. So this is like a half straddle pose. So we don't want to bring our leg to the floor. We're just stretching it out here and still putting quite a load on the hips and the tummy, holding it there. And then we're going to bring it across the body. And we only need to bring it diagonally across. If you want to bring it a little bit further, you're welcome to do so. Take the right hand out to the side. Okay, so let's just bring it across the body. Find the outer edge hip stretch. And then once we've done that, we might like to lower it down a little bit. And we're going to get more of a twist in our spine when we do that. So you just lower it down as much as you can manage that twist. Some people can go quite a long way and their foot goes on the floor, and other people will have their leg just that little bit higher. Try and keep it stretched out though. Let's try 2 more breaths. Okay, lovely. Lift that leg up and let's bring that foot down to the floor, and we're going to try that on the other side. So bring the other knee to chest, extend your leg, flatten your tummy down, and let's rotate the ankles. You might find a few little cracks and so on as your ankles get used to the movement. And back around the other way. Right, circle with the knee. Try not to let your tummy go, keep it firm. And back around the other way. Okay, lovely. Now we're on to the half happy baby pose. So let's lift that leg up. Take the hand behind the knee. Right hand out to the side and just bring that leg across. Okay, you can hold your ankle, you can hold the foot, whatever happens, whatever you prefer, and relax the shoulders. So I don't want your shoulders coming up to your ears. I want you to draw them downwards and flatten your tummy. Okay, so can we feel that nice stretch on the inside of the hip and around the buttocks, and we're stretching out our lower back. And so lots of good things are happening in this particular stretch. Okay, let's take a couple more breaths, and then we're going to try and stretch that leg out. See how you go. Stretch the leg out. That's it. See if you can bring it a bit wider. Of course, you can hold your foot. It just depends on your flexibility. And try to keep your shoulder blades on the floor. Tighten up your tummy. It's quite a heavy load, keeping the leg up there. Now bring your leg across, just across the body a little way to start off with. You feel that nice big stretch around the hip. I'm going to pause a moment so we can get that. And then you can guide that leg down just as far as it wants to go. And take your opposite hand out to the side. So we've got the twist going into the spine. Turn your head the opposite way. Keep breathing down to your belly. And just let your leg ease its way down if it wants to. Okay, lovely. Let's bring that leg up again, and we're going to bring those knees back to the chest. There we go. Flatten your tummy. I'm going to do a little bit of spinal rolling. So let's lift the head up, drop the chin to chest, relax the shoulders down. Put your hands behind your knees. Let's breathe in and breathe out. Tap down, breathe in. Now, do you notice that I'm not putting my head on the floor? That's because I'm keeping my chin tucked into my chest. Have a go if you find that your head goes on the floor, and that will be because you're looking up at the ceiling. Now I'm looking at my thighs the whole time I'm rolling back and forwards. Now next time, if you feel you can, cross your legs, roll forward, and come onto your hands and knees. Otherwise, swing the legs around to the side and always pick something that works for you. No need to do everything that I'm doing, and if you have other things that you'd like to include, please do. Alright, so we're going into a child's pose, so toes together, knees wide, and let's sit on our heels first. Okay, walk the hands forward. So we're going to have the little fingers on the outer edge of the mat, and then I want you to slide your shoulder blades downwards and inwards, tighten up the tummy, chin to chest, forehead down. So your chest should feel very wide, indeed, and it should be just almost dropping towards the floor, so you get that extra stretch. Let's take a few breaths here. Can you feel that breath in your back? Alright, now let's come up onto our fingertips and our thumbs, and we're going to walk our fingers over to the right. Then bring your right hand down to your knee and continue to walk your left hand over to the right. Okay, can we feel that stretch increase when we do that? So let's slide the shoulder blades down as much as we can. Then I want you to breathe into the side of your body. So you should be getting a nice big side stretch right around that left side. So breathe into that side, puff it out as much as you can. Can you feel that big stretch? Alright, stretch out your right hand. Let's lift the hands up onto the fingertips and walk those fingers around to the left side. And take the left hand next to the knee and bring the right arm a little bit further across, getting that big stretch now through the right side. Now don't roll to the right, or the left I should say, lifting your hips up. Now you need to try to keep sitting on your heels. And that increases the side stretch. The more you lift up on the right side, the less stretch you get. So don't avoid the stretches. Try to get the stretches. All right, stretch your left hand out. We're going to walk our hands around again, and we're going to lift up. Bring your knees inwards, and we're going to tuck the toes under, come into down dog. All right, let's walk the heels up and down, get the stretch in the ankles and the calves. All right, now lower your heels towards the floor, slide the kneecaps up towards your hips, open up the backs of your knees. Now let's push with the heels of the hands so the chest goes towards the thighs and slide the shoulder blades down. So you can actually feel the shoulder blades move up and down. So you can slide them up to your ears, slide them down to your hips. Slide them up to your ears and down to your hips. Let's do it one more time. Slide up to ears and down to hips. Now we should be able to find, keep your arms nice and straight. You should be able to find that you're working quite strongly into the backs of the arms. Keep stretching your arms out. Don't bend at the elbows. And you can move your head from side to side in a no movement. And then try a yes movement. So moving it forward and backward in a yes head movement. So loosen up the neck while it's there. Give it a little shake. That's beautiful. Now let's go into a plank position. You can get your toes to go back a bit. Slide shoulders to hips, tighten up the tummy, push through the heels, get those kneecaps to slide upwards and firm up your thighs. Thighs are a little bit lazy, but we need to make them work. So let's tighten them up. And I want you to look in front of your fingertips and take 3 big breaths. And of course you can always put your knees down if you want to, or go to your elbows. All right, now we're going to tighten our tummy, lower one knee down, then the other. We're going to take the weight off our wrists. So I'm going to face you so you can see what I'm doing. Now I'm going to just link my fingers. Now if you can sit on your heels, please do, because it stretches out the tops of your feet. Otherwise, lift up onto your knees. Now we're going to link our fingers. Drop your fingers down on the backs of your hands, and then we're going to do a figure of 8, or a motion like the waves of the sea. Okay, so we're going to go one direction. Now we've always got a dominant side of our body, so doing one thing one way is always so much easier than the other. So let's do the side that's probably the easiest. It might be, it might not be. Okay, change direction. How are we going with that? Not confused, are you? Does it work? Just a little practice helps build up the direction, so you're giving the other side of your body a chance to shine. All right, let that go. Beautiful. Now, we're going to do some alternate arm leg raises. So I'm going to turn sideways. Now this is wonderful for strengthening up the back and the buttocks, and the nice thing is it's a lovely back stretch as well. Okay, so on hands and knees, and make sure the knees are under the hips, the wrists are under the shoulders. Slide shoulders back to hips, and let's extend the right arm and left leg. Breathe in, reach. Breathe out to lower your hand. Try not to rush this movement. Breathe in, stretch. Breathe out to lower. Let's do a few more of these. Nice big stretches. One more each side. And last one. Okay, this time we're going to stretch our right arm, left leg, and bring it to a diagonal. I want you to tighten up your tummy and don't let your shoulders creep up to your ears. And then move your arm forward and backwards, hand and knee down. Change sides. Breathe in, breathe out. Just arm and leg diagonal. Don't try to bring your arm in line with your hip. Just bring it on a diagonal. And the leg also. So it's quite strong on the tummy. So notice how when you breathe in, breathe out, tighten up the tummy, work the sides of the body. This is beautiful for strengthening up your sides. And let's do that again. Beautiful, and we've got one more. All right, now I'm going to bring my hands down and pivot my feet around and face you. We've got a gate pose. So let's bring our right leg out to the side. Now I want you to squeeze your buttocks and push your hips forward. So you're not having this forward bending look. Squeeze the buttocks, hips forward. Lift up the top of the chest so we've got some lovely posture. Now let's bring the arms out to the side. Breathing in, and we're going to bend towards the right. Breathe out, stretch, place your hand down, and rotate your palm, bring it over your head, and just reach as far as you can. Now some of you may be able to get your hand down to your leg, but don't go like this. Please do it properly. If you're going to do it at all, do it properly. So if you're able to, you're welcome to, but keep the shoulders down. Otherwise, do what I'm doing. Just take a big stretch through that left side. Gaze up at the ceiling. Breathe into the side of your body. Huge big stretch into the ribs. Let's take 2 more breaths. Now we're going to bring our arms up into a T position. Place the hand down and lift the other leg up. Arm extends over the head. Draw your shoulder blades down. Squeeze your buttocks, hips a little bit forward. Stretch your leg out. Now, this is a little bit of a balance already. Now, keep your arm straight. Don't have a bent elbow. The hand on the floor, the arm on the floor, side is straight. You can bend your top knee, take your top hand, hold the top of the foot. This is a lovely balance. Press your foot into your hand, create a bow. So you widen your chest, tummy's in, you're stretching your thigh, working your buttocks and back. It's a lovely stretch and it's a lovely balance. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Okay, lovely. Let's release and lower it back down to the floor. We're going to bring that foot in and we're going to bring those knees together, feet together, and we've got a camel. You can have your knees a little wider if you want to. So take your hands into fists, place them just above your lower back, elbows point behind so we can open up the chest and drop the shoulder blades down. Okay, so let's squeeze the buttocks, push the hips forward. All right, so you can look forward, gaze diagonally, or lower the head back, just depending on your neck. Breathe into the front of your body so you get this big stretch right around here. Keep the shoulders pointing behind you as much as you can. Let's take 3 more breaths. Okay, beautiful. And then we're going to lift up. And this time we're going to take left leg out to the side. Squeeze the buttocks, hips forward. Lift the arms up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bend to the side. Lift the arm up. Rotate that palm. Stretch, gaze under your arm to the ceiling if you can. Otherwise, you're going to pick a head position that works better for you. Okay, let's breathe. Right into the side, into the ribs. Okay, lovely. Now we're going to bring our hand back down to the floor. The other arm goes over the head and lift the leg up. Draw the shoulder blades down, tummy in. Keep the buttocks firm and the hips forward. All right, are we ready to try that balance? Let's bend the knee and take the hand to the foot. Press the foot in the hand, create a bow. Are we opening the chest up? All right, lovely. Let's lower that leg down and we're going to bring that knee back in. Now I'm going to turn sideways so you can see what I'm doing. And I'm doing a camel pose again, but a little bit more intensity. If you don't wish to do this, you just put your fists behind you again and push your hips forward, lean back. But if you want to join me, have a go. So bring your arms forward, We're going to lean back. Can you feel your buttocks squeeze and your thighs firm up when you're in this position? Good, that's what you want. Okay, let's do that again. Lean back, squeeze your buttocks, firm thighs. We're going to try it one more time. Okay, leaning back. That's beautiful. Keep the buttocks firm. Okay, we're going to bring our hands down to our feet. Now, from this position, you're going to squeeze your buttocks, push your hips forward, widen the chest. So you need to have very firm buttocks. Head lowers down, but of course you can always modify it. Let's walk our hands up our back now. And we're going to place our hands on the floor for a cat-cow pose. All right, let's go. So breathing in, cat arch, big stretch. And breathe out, cow pose. Tuck the toes under, shoulders back. Look forward. Breathe in, cat arch, stretch the spine out. And breathe out, lengthen the spine. Keep those arms stretched out as well. Breathe in, big stretch. And breathe out. Tuck those toes under. Let's do that one more time. Okay, beautiful. Coming back to a neutral cat. Now from this neutral cat, we're going to take our left hand, lift it up towards the ceiling. So we've got a spinal stretch and then breathe out. Stretch it underneath the waist. Temple down to the floor. Okay, now we can take the top hand and take it behind the back. You can hold the opposite thigh if you want to. Keep your temple on the floor. Okay, now we're going to extend our right leg back, put the toes on the floor, slide that kneecap up and firm up the thighs. Now, if you're feeling very balanced today, and I don't want you to roll your head up to look at the ceiling, you need to keep your temple down and that will help you to balance. The weight should be evenly between your shoulder and your toes. Then lift your foot up. Your right leg starts to float up. Okay, how high can you get it? Can you squeeze your buttocks, tighten up your tummy, and bring it into like a line all the way down to your body, to your torso, in line with your torso. Okay, how's that going? If you've rolled over backwards, have another go. Don't give up. Just keep trying. You'll get the balance eventually. All right, let's lower that foot down again. Toes on the floor, knee on the floor. Take your top hand, place it on the floor and lift up. I'm going to swing myself around so I can look at you. And I'm going to take my left hand out to the side, or my right hand out to the side, lifting it up really high and dive it under my other arm. Temple to the floor, make sure it's nice and comfy. Then take the hand you don't need behind your back and hold your thigh. Extend your leg back and stretch out that leg. So slide the kneecap up, firm up your thigh and move your body weight a little bit forward towards me and then lift your leg up gradually. Just do it slowly so you can adjust your balance. Okay, so one side's always just a bit wobblier than the other. Now squeeze your buttocks to hold your leg up. Tighten up your tummy. Can we feel that working? Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. Okay, let's try another breath in. And breathe out. Float your foot down. Float your knee down. Take your hand down. And let's get our toes together, knees wide. And in fact, why don't we bring those knees just a bit wider for a frog, a modified frog. Sit on your heels. Stretch your arms forward. Widen the chest. Forehead on the floor. Okay, so with the frog, we're getting a bigger stretch on the inner thigh. So you can widen your knees as much as you like. If it's a little bit strong, bring them back inwards and just do a child's pose. So draw the shoulder blades down. Really try to flatten your back and widen your chest. Try to reach that chest to the floor. Okay, beautiful. Breathe into your back. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so let's lift up, bring the knees in line with the hips, tuck the toes under, and we're into our down dog. Lovely. Let's just move here a little bit, stretch it out, stretch the arms out, the legs, just sway a little bit from side to side. It's quite pleasant. And then walk your feet up towards your hands, kicking them hip width apart, and then hold your elbows, let the upper body hang down nice and loosely. Weight forward in the feet and just let the body move from side to side, stretching out the lower back and each side of the back. Okay, now we're going to step on our fingers. Now you can just put your fingertips under your foot or take your whole hand so your toes come up to your wrists. Step on your hands. So this brings the blood flow to the hands and the fingers. Try and stretch your arms out and lift your hips up. So you might be able to straighten your legs. Some of you will be a little bit more flexible. And move the body weight forward in your feet so you're really stepping firmly on the hands. Breathe into the back. We feel that nice stretch right down each side of our back. Take another 2 breaths. Okay, let's lift one foot up, take the hand out, lift the other foot up, take the other hand out. Let's breathe in, breathe out, slide the hands up the legs, lift shoulders to ears, roll the back and draw them downwards. How did you go? Just give yourselves a little shake so you can get those muscles loosened up a little bit, and then we've got some sun salute. We're going to do a modified version. So bring your feet as close as you can manage together and spread your toes out. Give the toes a nice stretch. Slide the kneecaps up, firm up your buttocks and your thighs and the tummy below the navel. Lift the shoulders to ears and stretch your spine upwards. Draw your shoulder blades down, hands a little bit away from the sides of the body and hands quite soft and loose. Okay, chin slightly in, lift up through the crown of the head. It almost feels like you're having your head pulled up to the ceiling. All right, let's take a few breaths here. Notice how your balance is today. See if you're nice and steady. And if you're a little bit wobbly and you're swaying, that's okay. Just try and find that place of quietness in your mind and your breath so you can stabilize. Are you ready? Rotate your palms forward, thumbs outwards, widen the chest. Drop those shoulder blades down and in. Then breathe in, sun salute, palms touch. Firm buttocks, reach up if you can, look between the palms of your hands. And breathe out, swan dive, bend halfway. Keep that stretch, then bend the knees, forward fold, and flat back. Hands can be on shins when you're just warming up. And breathe out, forward fold. Let's step the right foot back, knee down, and we're coming into a low lunge, wide prayer. Now remember, you want to roll your shoulders back, draw them downwards so you can stretch your arms up. If your shoulders are lifted, you get a very rounded back. So try and draw them down, reach up. And then we'll open up the front of your body and give you a big stretch. Remember, knee in line with the ankle. Let's take 3 breaths. Breathing in and breathe out. Hands to floor, tuck your toes under, step back, coming into a plank. Okay, push through the heels, firm the thighs up, sliding your kneecaps up. Okay, if you can, come with me and rock forward on the toes. Keep those elbows hugging the sides of the body. Let's go down and then forwards and up into a high cobra. Tuck those toes under, down dog. All right, that's beautiful. Let's just move from side to side for the moment. That's it, beautiful. And we're going to step our feet together. Lift our right leg up, chest to thigh, stretch out your back leg, stretch your arms out, squeeze your buttocks. And that's really good. Lunge your foot between your hands. You can't do it in one move, do it in two. Pull your leg forward. Stretch out your back leg in this position and step forward. Okay, and we're going to lift our hands up into a chair pose. And then reach up, breathe in. And then breathe out, hands to sides. Bring them back to chest. Deep breath in and out. Let's do that again. Sun salute. Reach up, firm thighs, squeeze your buttocks, push your hips forward. Swan dive. Flat back and then forward fold. Flat back. And forward fold. Step your left foot back, knee down. Flatten the foot and let's sweep those arms forward, lining the knee up with the ankle to get that hip stretch. Slide shoulder blades down, reach up, stretch the arms out. Try not to bend your elbows. Stretch the fingers out. Breathe into the front of the body. And then bring your hands down to the floor, tuck the toe under, front foot back into plank. Now, of course, you can modify the plank if you want to. Otherwise, stay with me, nice strong plank. Bring your knees and chest down if you want to, otherwise rock forward. And lower yourself down, not too quickly. And then cobra, high cobra, and down dog. Alright, so you're getting some nice big stretches right through the arms, through the legs. Step the feet together and lift the left leg up. 3-leg dog. Stretch it out. Now breathe in and breathe out. Lunge your foot between your hands. Step the other foot next to the door. Okay, feet together, chair pose. And then lifting up. And then breathe out. Hands back to chest. Nice big breath in and out. Alright, we're going to change it up a little bit now. Breathe in, sun salute. Push those hips forward, palms touch, and swan dive. Forward fold. And a flat back. And you can reach your toes by now. If not, hands slide up a little bit more. And then forward fold. Take your right foot back, this time in a high lunge. You're not putting your knee on the floor, we're sweeping your arms up. Now make sure you are lining your knee up with your ankle, because I often see the knee back, so you're not really working your leg that much. So drop the shoulders, reach up, press through the back heel, stretch out your back leg as well. There's only a micro bend in it. We want to stretch it out as much as we're able. Take another big breath in and breathe out, hands to floor, front foot back into plank. Okay, now can you lift one foot up, then the other without lifting your hips up, forwards, down, breathe in cobra, breathe out down dog. Of course you can modify everything to suit you. Okay, let's stretch it out a little bit. Beautiful. We're going to step the feet together. Lift your leg up in a 3-leg dog, and then we're going to bend the knee, rotate the hip and walk under our right arm to the away from me, and then you've got your leg in your scorpion position, and bring the knee forward for your pinch and hip stretch. Okay, extend the leg away. Now try to drop your hips down, sink into your hips. Try and line the heel up with the hip, and try to flex your foot. Now some of you might be able to bring your leg so it lines up with your knee. Just work to what you're able to do. You can come down to elbows, but I want your shoulder blades drawn towards your hips. You can even stack your hands, and again, no hips, no shoulders, and stretch your arms out. So whichever one you prefer to do, just choose that. But draw those shoulder blades away. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our left hand away and take our right fist, line it up with our left elbow. And then, so basically your fist and your elbow is lined up with your 2 hips. Then you're going to take your hand behind your back. Oh no, the other way. Whoops. Go the other way. Hand behind the back. So you're in a twist position. Now, this is a level 1 twist. If you want a little bit more, you're going to stretch out your right arm, take your left arm under it. And so we've got a bigger stretch in the hip in this position. All right, let's lift up. So we're going to slide the knee, the extended leg, walk the knee back, and then lift up into your down dog position. Now we're going to crouch, and then we're going to step or jump the feet forward. So you can step them forward if you want to, or just crouch and take a little jump. And then we've got a flat back, and a forward fold, and a big breath in. Sun salute. Hands down to sides, back to chest. Deep breath in and out. And let's do that again on the other side. Sun salute. And swan dive. Forward fold. Flat back. Forward fold. And then step back. The left leg. Lift the arms up to high lunge. Remember, move your body weight forward to line your knee up with your ankle. Keep your legs strong. Push through your back heel. Firm up your thigh on your left side. Now let's take another big breath. And then bring the hands down to the floor. Front foot back into plank. That's it. Beautiful. Lift one leg. Lift the other. Rock forward on the toes, plank down if you can, and then high cobra up. Tuck toes under, down dog. And let's step our feet together. This time we're going to take our left leg up, 3-leg dog, then scorpion. Stretch out your standing leg, stretch the hip, keep the weight even through your hands. Look towards me. Breathe into the side of your body. That's it, beautiful. And then let's lunge forward, coming into that pigeon hip stretch, and slide the right leg back. Okay, so come down to your elbows, shoulders towards hips, tummy in. You can stack your fists, and again, choosing something that works well for you, or extend your arms forward. Now we're going to lift up and then take the left fist, bring it to the right elbow, and no, I think we're going to do it the other way. Okay, right fist to the left knee and the left arm behind the back. So that's our first level of twist. And then the second level is reach that arm forward. And let's take a lie down, stretching one arm forward, one arm over the head to give it a lower big stretch. That's it, lovely. How's that stretch going? Just stay with the first one if this doesn't work for you. All right, let's bring ourselves up again. So tuck your back to under, walk your knee forward, come into a down dog, stretch those legs out, and then let's crouch, look at our thumbs, walk forward, or just a nice big jump, and flat back, forward fold, and a big breath in. Sun salute, hands down, hands to chest in prayer, and let's take 3 deep breaths. All right, lower your hands down, and now we're ready for some balance. Now we have 2 balances, And the first one is the thinker. Now we're going to do eagle legs, and we're going to use thinking arms. So we're going to end up with one hand in a fist under our chin, the other hand resting so the elbow can rest on it, and that will go onto your knee if you can reach. So let's start off with rolling the right foot forward, or perhaps a chair pose might be better. So let's come into a chair pose, bring your arms forward and just bring them to your chest in prayer. Cross your right leg over your left, toes are on the floor. That's it, lovely. Now if you can lift your foot up or tuck the toes around your calf. Just make sure your balance is good today. And now we're going to take our left fist, place it under our chin, take the right hand, place it under the elbow, and then push your hips back, tighten up your tummy, keep your shoulders down, and we're going to balance. Feel that nice stretch around the hips. Right, we're coming into star pose to finish. Bring arms out to the side, leg out to the side. Just go carefully, a little bit slow to keep that balance. And then flat your hands and your foot down. Good work. All right, try that on the other side. So let's start with our chair pose. Lifting the arms up, push the hips back, and then bring the hands to the chest, and let's roll the left foot forward. Cross it over the right. Decide which level we're going to work at. So foot on the floor or foot to calf or toes wrapped around. Then this time the right hand is under the chin, left hand under the elbow, tighten the tummy, go down. Now don't lift those shoulders up. That's it. Take some good breaths here. Find your balance. Your legs will probably be working quite hard. Okay, star pose. Reach up into a star pose. Okay, let's flat the hands and the feet down. All right, now we're going to toe heel our feet out to the side and just have your feet in a V position. Bring your hands out to the side. Open up the chest. Drop the shoulder blades down, tummy in. Let's breathe in and breathe out. Just bend forward. Now you might want to pivot your heels parallel, so your feet are parallel. Move the body weight forward in the feet. And you feel a big stretch up the back of the leg. Okay, beautiful. Now we're going to work like an aeroplane. So we're going to rotate, tighten up the tummy, rotate the arms. So now your left hand or your right hand goes on the floor, your left is up towards the ceiling, and move the body weight so it's forward in the foot and in the hand. So it's nice and even. So your hips are not pushing backwards. You've evened the weight out. Okay. Now you can also take the top hand, wrap it around your waist and twist a little bit more, looking up towards the ceiling. Don't move the weight to one leg. Keep the weight evenly between both feet. Okay, let's reach that left hand to the ceiling now. And we're going to windmill our hands around and place that left hand on the floor, right hand up to the ceiling. Now even out your weight between your hand and your feet. And then take the hand behind the back, hold your thigh, weight even through the legs and twist. Nice big breaths around the rib cage. Okay, lovely. Let's bring those arms into a T position. and then place your hands on your hips, look forward and lift up. Now we're going to heel toe those feet in a little bit closer so the heels are in line with the hips. I'm going to squat down, so let's breathe in and breathe out. Squat down, just make little adjustments on the way down. Now of course if you can't do this, come into a butterfly pose. Elbows inside the knees, just push them apart a little, wrists in line with the knees. Okay, tummy in, shoulders down. Let's take several breaths here. Now you can lift your hips up a little bit, so that's going to work your thighs a little bit more. Can you feel that? And then lower your hips down, and we're going to take a seat. Now I'll turn sideways and extend my legs. Lifting up nice and tall. We're going to take a big breath in, reaching up, palms forward, breathe out, bend forward. So skip your belly just under your rib cage a little bit, and that creates a little bit more space. You can hold your big toes, you can wrap your hands around your feet, or just rest your hands on your shins and draw your shoulder blades away. So you need to have a nice bend in your elbows, and try and bend as much as you can from the hips. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Can you feel a nice big stretch in the lower back? And then walk your hands back up, and let's take our right leg, press it over the left. And now we're going to just bring our left arm around our knee, right hand behind the back. Now use the hand on the floor to draw the spine up tall and draw your tummy in. All right, now we're going to take this left hand, hold your big toe or your foot, and let's extend that leg out. Try and straighten it out if you can. If not, a little bend in is fine. And then lift your other arm up. Have we got those arms up? Beautiful. Look towards your thumb. So you're twisting your head, reaching your hand and your foot out, stretching them out. And we're going to lower that foot down and change legs. Right, lovely. Bring your foot over. This time we're going to wrap our right arm around that left knee. Left hand behind the back. Draw the spine up tall. Take a twist. Now take your right hand on your right foot, or hold your big toe. Stretch that leg out. Lift your arm up. That's it. Sit tall. Draw your spine up tall. Tummy in. Breathe around your rib cage. That's beautiful. Let's lower it down. All right, so I'm going to take the hands behind the knees, lift up nice and tall, breathe in and breathe out, tighten up the tummy. Let's roll back. Now you can walk the hands down the back of your legs or just reach your arms forward, keep your shoulders down, tummy nice and flat, and just ease yourself back down to the floor. Okay, now let's bring our knees to our chest. Lift up the hips, stretch the spine out, lower the back down to the floor, and we're just going to take a little rock from side to side. All right, well, we're going to do a dead bug. So we're lifting one leg up, then the other, and then I want you to lift your arms up, lift your shoulder blades, then draw them downwards and inwards so they sit very flat. Just bend your knees and relax your feet. Now I want you to keep your arms straight and then just relax your hands and let your fingers drop downwards. Soften your elbows. Tuck your chin in and lengthen through the back of the neck and keep the tummy flat. Let's just stay here for several breaths. This is a lovely posture. very relaxing. So try to relax. Now let's lower one foot down, take the ankle on the knee, and take the same hand as the knee, and let's push that away. Flatten the tummy down. And you can do level 2, taking the hand behind the opposite thigh, but keep your both hips on the floor. Keep the spine lengthened and the chin tucked in. And get that lovely stretch around the hip and the buttocks. Now you can cross your thighs over, hold your ankles and draw them towards your hips or upwards towards your armpits. And in that way you're going to be stretching the outer edge of the leg that's closest to your chest. Can you feel that? Let's change the legs over. So now the left leg on the right knee. Same hand as the knee and push it away so your hips are nice and even. Or try it level 2. Hands behind the opposite thigh and lift your foot. Keep your feet flexed. Let's cross our thighs over and draw the ankles towards our hips. And now the knee that's closest to the chest, the opposite one, the hip is stretching quite strongly. Okay, let's release. You can bring your feet as wide as the mat and drop the knees inwards for a little bit of relaxation, or bring the soles of the feet together, knees wide. So we're in our butterfly pose, and just resting the left hand on the heart center, right hand on the belly. Walk the shoulder blades down and let the chest widen. Nod your chin to chest. Let's take several breaths here. When you're ready, just extend your legs. Let's drop our feet outwards. Your arms can be on your heart center and your belly, or just bring them out to your sides. Let your fingers curl. Let your body relax. You can stay here a little bit longer if you want to, or you can join me by moving your fingers and toes. Take a big stretch, arms over the head. Big breath, stretch the arms and legs away and breathe out. Bring your arms down to the sides, walk your feet to the end position and roll to your side, to your right side. And let's just rest here for a few breaths. Put yourself up into a seated position. Lift the spine up and drop the chin towards your collarbones. Relax your shoulders down. Tummy a little bit firm. Hands resting comfortably down. slow the hands down, bring them above the head in prayer. Big breath in and breathe out. Bring our hands to prayer and the thumbs to heart center. Take 3 deep breaths to energize your body. Have a peaceful heart and a peaceful mind and a wonderful day. Namaste. Thank you for joining me with yoga. My name is Katy Mair. Press subscribe to my channel and like my video. Come and join me again next time.